In this video, I want to unveil the new evolution of my residual income system, Money Machine Dream 4.0. I've wanted to simplify my system, making it very easy for anyone to have success with it. The one and only thing that you need to do to use my system is to invite your prospects to a very special webinar and a very special Facebook group. Let me first talk about why the webinar is so special. Now, webinars in general are usually a great way to sell a system or high-priced piece of software. Usually they are scheduled for a specific time and day, making it sometimes hard to attend. And sometimes even when you want to attend, you forget, or maybe you're not at your computer to get the reminder emails that they send you. If you are able to get on the webinar, typically the first half hour is usually only focused on giving the credentials of the person conducting the webinar and convincing you how much they've made as far as money is concerned. By the time you get to the product and the special deal they are going to offer, often a couple hours have gone by. Then at the end, more often than not, the price of the product or system being pitched is $500, $1,000, or even more. Contrast that with the webinar that is at the heart of my system. My webinar is an evergreen webinar. Anyone can register at any time, night or day, and be watching the webinar minutes later. That means there is no more forgetting to attend a webinar. You can instantly access the webinar anytime. Another important feature of any webinar is the ability to ask questions. With my webinar, there are two ways to get answers to questions that anyone attending the webinar might have. First, while they're watching the webinar, they could have the Facebook group open and leave their question in the Q&A thread. Actually, I prefer this channel of communication because it allows others to see the questions that people might post, and then everybody can learn from the answers that I give. Another way that attendees of the webinar can quickly get their questions answered is to leave a voicemail on my new voicemailquestions.com page. It's very easy to access, voicemailquestions.com. All anyone has to do is to click a button on that page and start speaking. Now, if they say their phone number as well as their question in their voicemail, I can call them back immediately. If not, I will email them back with their answer. With my webinar, there is no wasting time talking about my marketing accomplishments. I immediately get into talking about what residual income is and why it is the best way to earn money on the internet. I then enumerate all the reasons why the opportunity I'm going to reveal in this webinar is the absolute perfect business in every way. I then give a detailed explanation on all of the phases of my Money Machine of Your Dream system. The attendees of the webinar are then shown a deal that will blow their mind. The most ridiculously low-priced offer that you can imagine is one that no one serious about making money online will refuse. Then on top of that, for those that act within 24 hours, there's not one or two, but 5 bonuses that will be offered. The length of this webinar is not 2 hours like some, but one single fast-paced hour that culminates with an illustration of what putting my simple plan into action can do to change a person's life financially. What is that simple plan? Well, just do one thing. Invite a minimum of 5 people that catch the vision after viewing this compelling webinar, and do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to get that simple task done. After the webinar is over, attendees are redirected to a call to action page. This page has a timer and a few simple steps for someone wanting to use my system to take to get started. If they take those steps within 24 hours and join the team of the person inviting them to the webinar, they will get 3 extra bonuses in addition to the 2 mentioned in the presentation. Also on that page is a form that takes the prospect's name, email address, and the name of the person referring them to the webinar. Now that will help ensure that everyone using the system gets credit for their referral. To help in getting people to the webinar, I have a special Facebook group that you can invite your prospects to. You can either add them to the group yourself or give them the URL, which is http://facebook.com/groups/Money Machine of Your Dreams webinar. And when they do go to that page and click on the join link, they will be asked the name of the person referring them. Now this will be another way that I will be able to track everyone's referrals. This group has been specifically created to introduce your prospects to the webinar. It is a closed group, but unlike our other member-only Facebook group, I will be approving everyone. They can be in the group as long as they don't post ads for any other opportunity or product. This is not one of those advertising Facebook groups. I encourage all that are in our member-only group to join this new group and start posting how much you love the system, and also accounts of the people that join your organization through watching the webinar. When a lot of people post their words of praise and commendation, it really helps everyone. For when you bring your prospect to the group and they see how many love the system, they will definitely want to check out the webinar. The registration page has a very easy URL to remember. http://MoneyMachineDreamWebinar.com. That's it. MoneyMachineDreamWebinar.com. So it will be very easy for you to share this link with your prospects, but just make sure your prospects have your name as their sponsor as they watch the webinar presentation. I'm also working on a couple of other tools. One, a video capture page with one autoresponder email that gives your prospect your name and contact information, as well as the webinar link and the link to the Facebook group. You'll no longer really need to promote the training video capture page because everything is now reoriented to promoting this webinar. Even though you don't use the training video capture page, you'll want to still set it up because there is one link on your e-signature sales page that I can't rebrand for you without the 5 numbers at the end of that capture page URL. So set it up anyway, even though you may not be promoting it, and you'll be promoting the capture page for the webinar that I'm going to create for you. Now, with the simplification of my system into simply inviting people to the webinar, you no longer really need to use the portal pages either. Those portal pages were leading to your e-signature sales page, but your prospects are going to find out about your e-signature page through the webinar. The 2 rebrandable ebooks, they'll still be useful because I'm going to rewrite the ending of the shorter ebook and put some information about the webinar registration link, and maybe also list the new Facebook group link in those 2 ebooks. So that will help you as well when you give out those ebooks. I will also be changing the template to the SignaSource signature that I've created for you to more reflect the new webinar system. But all these extra additions to my system, they are going to take some time to implement. So I ask you to be patient. All right? Now, that's pretty much the new Money Machine Dream 4.0 system. I truly believe that if you will put a concentrated, sustained effort into inviting, well, not just the minimum of 5, but maybe 50, 100 or more, you will be shocked at how the duplication can produce total financial freedom. This really is so easy to do. I mean, when I say 5, that's just, you could do that with inviting 5 to 1 webinar. I mean, set your goals higher than that. This really is easy to do. Think about it. You are promoting one of the most amazing webinars on the internet. It is a webinar that offers a stunning array of products, tools, training, and support. It's a webinar that provides a system that produces not 1, but 2 streams of residual income simultaneously. It's a webinar that throws in multiple bonuses, and all of this at a shockingly low price. Certainly the lowest price I have ever seen in any webinar I have attended. And once again, all you have to do is invite people to the webinar. It can't get simpler than this. I do all the selling. You reap the benefits of my system. So I encourage you to first join the Money Machine of Your Dreams webinar Facebook group. When you are there, post how excited you are about this new system. Then register for the webinar at http://MoneyMachineDreamWebinar.com. Very easy to remember, MoneyMachineDreamWebinar.com. Only click on the join the webinar link after you've registered, and you're taken to the page with the join link. Only click on that when you have an hour to watch the webinar uninterrupted, because you cannot pause the video presentation, but you can only watch it straight through, just like a live webinar. If you need to watch it a second time, you'll need to clear your cookies and then click on your join the webinar link again. Let me ask you one thing in closing. Is receiving $3,400 of residual income every single month motivation enough for you to do whatever it takes, for as long as it takes, to invite a minimum of just 5 people to the webinar who catch the vision and will also make that simple commitment? Just remember, get 5 to financially thrive. So reorient your marketing to focus on just inviting people to the webinar. It just doesn't get any easier, any simpler than this. So in the words of Nike, just do it.